Okay, so in last session we started topic how to clean messy data with pandas. Data cleaning is the process of preparing raw data by detecting and correcting errors so it can be effectively used for analysis. Okay, it's a foundational step in data preprocessing. Okay, that ensures data sets are suitable for analytical, statistical, and machine learning tasks. In the previous session, we covered loading the raw data set into pandas, okay, using read CSV, and inspecting the data set in order to understand what is actually there inside the data set, and cleaning column names and replacing blank strings and placeholders in data with pandas, NA, and removing exact duplicate rows from the dataset. Now in today's session, we will cover the remaining steps to complete the data cleaning process. So now in next step, okay, we will clean the text-based columns so that the values are more consistent. Okay, so first of all, we will create a list of all the columns which are text columns, which have text values. So here we have full name, customer ID is also text, this is also text, C001, C002, full name, then email address is text, city is text, membership is text, total spend is currency column, right? It is not text. So let's create a list of all the columns. Okay, so we have this, then call to list, and it is giving this list of columns, right? Okay, so we have this list of columns. So let's copy this and text columns equals to paste. Now we can remove the columns which are not textual, okay, which are not text columns. So customer ID is text column, full name is text column, remove age, this is not text column, email address is text column, join date, remove it, this is date type column, city is text column, membership is text column, and total spend is not text column. Okay, so we have removed all the columns which are non-textual. Okay, run this cell. Now we have created a list of the columns which are text columns, right? So we can print text columns, text columns, run this cell, and we have customer ID, full name, email address, city, and membership. Okay, now here we will use looping construct for. Okay, we will clean all the columns one by one. For column and text columns, this variable. For column and text column, the text column says list of columns. Okay, column, and then write statement to clean values in columns, text columns. So df of column. So we are selecting a column here, right? So df dot column, we are selecting a column here, and then df column dot as type. So now we are going to convert data type, okay, from any type to string type, as type string. So this statement, this will convert type of value of this column, type of this column to a string, okay, from whatever is a type of this column, right? Dot str dot strip. So the strip, what this strip will do? The strip will remove spaces, white spaces, okay, from both the sides of the values, okay, from the left side, from the right side. Run this cell. Okay, so we have executed this cell. So here in this statement, this as a type method in pandas is used to cast a pandas series to a specified data type. So here we wanted this to be converted to string. Okay, so as type string, so we are converting here series into string. Okay, and then we are calling strip. Okay, to strip white spaces. Okay, spaces from both the sides. So here we are converting an entire column into string and then calling strip to remove white spaces. Right. Then in next step, let's convert values into a title type. Okay, and we can remove the extra spaces also. Okay, from so currently, if you see Alice Johnson, so Johnson all in uppercase, Alice all in lowercase, Bob Smith. Okay, this Bob is in uppercase, Smith is in lowercase. Okay, so to convert all these parts of names into a title case, what you can do is you can now here we can perform two operations. First, there might be extra spaces. Okay, we can remove, we can replace spaces with single space. If there are multiple spaces, we can replace multiple spaces with single space. And then we can convert this value to title case. Title case means the first letter of every part of this string, okay, will be uppercase, right? So here let's use df, and then we can, now we are actually going to process this full name, right? Full name equal to, now in brackets we will perform the operation. Here let's use df full name because we will perform operation on full name column. So copy full name and then dot str dot replace function. Okay, now write a regular expression to replace multiple spaces with single space. Okay, there might be multiple spaces, okay, between names. So here what you can do is you can use a regex or regular expression. So if you are writing a regular expression, you can use small r here, r, right? Then we want to use space. Okay, we want to work with space, one or more spaces, right? And then replace it with single space, single space, and then set regex to true to specify that this is a regular expression. Okay, this is a regex. So here what you can do is you can set a regex to true. Okay, so this statement will replace multiple spaces with single space, and then dot str dot, because we want to convert names to title case, title, okay, run this cell. So we have executed this cell. So here the title method, this title method returns a copy of the string converted into title case, where the first letter of every word is capitalized and all remaining letters are lowercase. Okay. Then write a statement to process city. Okay, this column. So df, and now we will process city. Df city equals to df of city column dot str dot title. So we are converting city to title case. Run this cell. Okay. Next, membership. We will process membership column. So df of membership column equals to df of membership and dot str dot title, converted to lower. Okay, we are converting membership to lowercase. So membership values are, if you see here, gold, silver. So gold is in lowercase, silver is title case as capital, gold is in uppercase, bronze all in lowercase, silver all in lowercase. So here silver has this as capital, this silver is all in lower. Okay, platinum, gold, this is title case, gold this is lowercase. Okay, so here we are converting it to lowercase. Run this cell. Okay, so we have processed full name, we have processed city, we have processed membership. Okay, then next, email address. Okay, let's convert email address to lowercase. Df of email address equals to df of email address dot str dot lower. Run this cell. Okay, so we have processed all these columns. Now we have not processed customer ID. So we have processed full name, city, membership, and email address. Okay, and in this cell we converted all these columns into string. Right? We converted all columns to string. Now let's print. Okay, print out all these columns, values of all these columns, data of all these columns. So df of, so we want to show only these columns, text columns, right? We have names of all these columns in text columns. So df of text columns. Run this cell, and now we will get data only of these columns. So here if you see, now full name, this is title case, Alice Johnson, Bob Smith, all in title case. Okay, if you see here, earlier Alice Johnson, Alice was in all in lowercase, Johnson all in uppercase, Bob Smith, Bob in uppercase, Smith in lowercase, but now we have all these names in title case, Alice Johnson, Bob Smith, Carl Lee, okay, David Brown. And here if you see membership values all in lowercase. Okay, we converted membership all in lowercase, right? City, if you see here, this is all in title case, right? And email ID all in lowercase, correct? So here every text column actually need extra cleaning because people write the same type of information in different ways. Okay, so here if you see here in membership, okay, this was entered all in lowercase, this was entered in title case, this was entered in all uppercase, this is in lowercase, this is in uppercase. Okay, so here this type of data requires what? Cleaning, right? Because people or data entry operators can enter data in different ways, right? So in this step we are removing extra spaces, okay, from full name, email address, okay, city and membership. Okay, then we are cleaning the formatting. Okay, so names and cities use the title case. So here city is title and full name is title case, right? And email address and membership values are lowercase. So this makes the dataset easier to read and also helps us to avoid category issues later. So these are actually categorical columns because these are known numerical columns, right? These are categorical columns, right? So for example here initially, okay, in our data set we had gold, G capital, we had gold all in uppercase, okay, we had gold all in lowercase, okay, so gold in three different ways, gold, gold, right, this gold. So these three golds entered in three different ways, all in lowercase, all in uppercase and title case, right? So all these should all be these all should be treated as the same membership value, right? Because all values are gold values, correct? So we converted all into lowercase. Now this is gold, gold and gold, gold, right? All these values are in lowercase. Now in next step, okay, we will clean the membership column so that it only contains valid categories. Okay, currently it has uh, Na, it has platinum, okay, gold. Suppose platinum is not expected value, okay, so let's create a list of valid values for membership column. So allowed membership equals to create a set of values. Okay, we are creating set, right? So here first value is bronze. First value is bronze. Second value is silver. And third value is gold. Okay. So now we have here we have all the valid categories. Okay. Suppose this platinum is not a valid category. Okay. Bronze, silver and gold are valid categories. So run this cell. Now let's print allowed membership, run this cell, and we have bronze, gold and silver, right? Now in next cell, next step, we will write statement to remove any value, okay, which is not there in this set. Okay, so platinum is not there, so we will write statement to remove platinum or any invalid category, okay, a category which is not valid. So df dot use loc and here first of all specify df select membership because we want to work with membership. So this is membership column, copy and membership. Okay, dot is n, and then pass allowed membership. So it will return true false. Okay, is n. It will return true false depending on what? Whether the current value of this membership is in allowed membership, and then we can write here not, here tilde symbol, not, if not. Okay, if the current value is not there or not in the list of valid categories, valid values, in that case, okay, and here we want this in membership column, right? Copy and paste membership, right? And here what we can do is we can set it to pd.na. Okay, so we are selecting df.log. Using this df.log, we are selecting from membership, we are selecting a value from membership, okay, where this membership value is not in the list of allowed membership, and then we are setting that to na. Okay, run this cell, and then let's print out these columns. If you see here, now this platinum has been replaced with na. This is pandas na, right? Now we have only valid categories here, only valid categories. So gold is valid, silver is valid, gold is valid, bronze, silver, gold, gold. Okay, so these values are valid values. Okay, we have replaced all invalid values, okay, with pd.na. Okay, and next step, we can count here df of membership. Df of membership dot, okay, we can, if you remember in previous session, okay, we discussed value counts, right? So here we can use value counts, and then here we can pass drop na false, don't drop na, drop na equal to false. Run this cell, and now it is giving you what? It is giving you the count of these values. So we have 4 count for gold, 2 count for silver, 2 Na, and 1 bronze. Okay. So this step makes sure that the membership column only contains the valid values and the values that we expect. Okay, so in this data set, the valid membership types are bronze, silver, and gold. Any value outside these categories, okay, such as platinum, okay, this value platinum, okay, it is replaced with a missing value, so we can handle it later easily, right? Okay, so next step, we will convert the age column from text to numbers, because if you see here, initially when, okay, we check the data type, okay, the data type it of age column is object. It means it is not numeric, it is object, right? So we need to convert this to integer first. Okay, so here let's print df dot at top 10 rows n equal to 10, and we have this data now. Okay, so in membership, okay, we have valid values, and in name we have all the values in title case and all spaces have been replaced with, if multiple spaces were there, okay, with single space, right? Okay, now we will convert this age column to numeric. Okay, to convert it to numeric, what we can do is df of age, df of age equals to, we can use two numeric function. So pd dot to numeric, and here, okay, we can pass df of age. Okay, the column that we want to convert age, and then we can set errors to course, right? We will discuss this in detail little later. Okay, what this parameter, this value of this parameter mean, right? Run this cell. Okay, so here in this statement, okay, we are trying to convert, okay, we are converting this age column into numeric column, okay, numeric values. So this errors parameter, okay, this errors parameter has two values, raise and cause. So default value is raise. So if you set it to raise, then invalid parsing will raise an exception. Okay, if there is any value, okay, which is causing parsing issue, then it will raise an exception. Okay, if you set it to cause, then invalid parsing will be set as NaN, nan. Okay, so exception will not be raised. If you set it to, if you set errors to cause, then invalid if there is any value, invalid value, okay, which cannot be passed to number, then that will be set to nan, Nan. Next, and next statement, let's set invalid age to Na. So let's check the current values. 29, 34, we have one Na. -5, this is the invalid age. Okay, this is invalid age. 42, 150 is invalid age. 31, 27. Okay, so now write statement here. Okay, to set invalid age to pd.na. So df of age. Okay, we want to work with, we want to perform operation on age. Okay, so use a lock. Okay, to select a column. Lock, loc, df.lock. And then here we can write, okay, we can use we can write statement to exclude values. Okay, so here we can write df of age, df of age between, df of age between, now you can specify range, suppose 1 to or 0 to 100 is valid age. Okay, in age column, in age column. Okay, and then here we can write tilde. If not valid, then set that to na, pd dot na. Run this cell. Okay, so this statement will set any age out of this range -5, 150, okay, to pd dot na. Next, let's convert this to integer type. So df of age, df of age equals to df of age dot use as type function, and then you can specify here data type, okay, to which you want to convert, okay, this column to. We want to convert it to int 64, okay. Okay, here we are converting it to a specific data type int 64. So in the initial data set, the age column is stored as text. Okay, I showed you that its data type is object. Its data type is object, right? So the age column is stored as text. If column is text type, then it will show you object type here. Okay, so this column, okay, we need to convert it into a numeric column, okay, before using it for analysis, okay. And we are also removing values that do not make sense. So -5 doesn't make sense, 150 doesn't make sense, okay, such as what, negative values or ages, any age above 100, right, and any invalid age is turned into a missing value. Now we will clean the join date column. So this join date column has dates, okay, these dates are in different formats: March 3 2024, 2024 dash 01 dash, okay, 15, okay. Here separator is slash, right, okay. So dates are often messy in CSV files, okay, or in our database, okay, because they can appear in different formats. So now let's print full name and join date first. Let's print df dot columns dot to list df of, now let's print full name and join date. Run this cell, and now we are seeing values from full name, values of full name column and join date column, right? Okay, so now write statement to process, okay, join date column. So df of join date, we want to process join date, equals to pd dot, we want to convert it to date time, so pd dot to date time, and then here pass the column name, the column actually, okay, the column from data frame. So df of, okay, we want to convert this to date time. We have here mixed format, okay, we have this March 3 comma 2024, we have this ddmm slash yy format, we have yy dash, this is dash dd format, okay. So we have mixed format here. So here we can specify format is, so we can say here this is mixed. Next, day first, set day first to true. I'll explain this, and then errors equals to set it to course. Okay, and run the cell. Okay, cell executed successfully, and now we can print, okay, full name and join date again, okay, to see the result after cleaning. Okay, you want to see the result after cleaning, run this again, and if you see here, all dates are in same format now. See, okay, so this is 2024 0115. This next is 2024 02 15, and now March 3 2024 converted to 2024 03 03. Now all dates are in same format. Okay, and this NA converted to NAT, right? Okay, so this step converts the join date column into a proper date time column. So we used what? Mixed, because all dates, okay, in this file do not follow the same format. Okay, we had mixed format. Okay, so we set format to mixed, and any invalid date is converted into missing value, NAD, right? Next, we will clean the total spent column. Okay, this column, this total spent. So here, let's print before cleaning. Let's print full name and total spent. Full name and total spent. Okay, run this cell, and we have names and total spent values here. Okay, now write statement, okay, to clean total spent column values. Okay, the total spent column contains what? Currency symbols. Okay, so we have dollars. Okay, we have commas. Okay, we have commas. 2100. Okay, we have comma. Okay, and text values, right? So here pandas cannot treat it as a number yet. Okay, so we will try to convert it to number. Currently these are strings, right? So because we have dollar symbols, we have comma. Okay, so here write statement to clean total spent column values. Df of total spent df of total spent, and within brackets, okay, right here, first of all select total spent column. So df of total spent, and then first of all convert this to string. So dot as type, and then convert it to string. Dot str dot replace. Write regular expression. Okay, regex here. Use r, and then write a regular expression here. Okay, so here we can use we can specify the characters which are valid, okay, for the values in total spent column. So 0 to 9 is valid. Okay, these are valid values. Then a period dot, okay, decimal, and then we can use a caret symbol here, not. Okay, so if any value is not any of these value, then replace that value with empty string. And this is regex, first parameter regex. Okay, so here set regex. Okay, set regex to true. Okay, run this cell. Okay, we have execute this cell and then convert it to numeric. Right here, what we did, we actually replaced any character which is not valid character, okay, with empty string. And now here df of total spent, df of total spent equals to pd dot to numeric. Okay, now we will convert it to numeric values. Column name is df of total spent and if there is any invalid value which can be parsed, okay, then errors, set errors to course. Okay, so in this statement we are converting values to, here actually we have removed dollars, we have removed commas here in this statement. Okay, so this regex says what, if the character is not 0 to 9 decimal dash, replace that character with empty string. Run this cell and we have converted this into numeric, right? And then we can print full name and total spent values. Run this cell and if you see here, all dollar characters have been removed. Okay, now we don't have dollar characters. All commas have been removed. Okay, all these are valid numeric values, right? So in this step we are removing everything except numbers, decimal points and this dash, okay, because it may contain minus values, right? So then we convert this column, here we are converting this column into a numeric value. Okay, so we can calculate totals, average and other useful metrics. Okay, there are more steps we will perform, okay, 3-4 more steps, okay, on this data. So we have completed, okay, few more steps today, right? And remaining steps we will perform in next session, right? That's all for this session, today's session, and thank you for joining. See you in the next session.